Here the teams line up for the national anthems. First the Germans, there's Joachim Löw on the bench. Andreas Kupka, the German goalkeeping coach, in the red. Not too many German fans here tonight. The stadium holds around 40,000 fans. Not a particularly huge number of German fans travelling, which is understandable. It's quite a trek to Finland, up in the north of Europe. It should be an interesting game, that's for sure, and it'll be interesting to see if the Finnish fans can G their team up and inspire them to a result against this really strong German side. The Eurasian Eagle Owls, as they're known, the Finnish national team. Interestingly, because in a World Cup, in a Euro 2008 qualifier, I beg your pardon, in 2007, a Eurasian Eagle Owl indeed landed on a goalpost and delayed the game for around 10 minutes. And since then, it's been seen as a lucky mascot, and hence the name the Eurasian Eagle Owls for Finland. They're the German contingent. And a mass of Finnish scarves raised aloft as we hear the Finnish national anthem. Forsell on the end there. Hippier towering above the rest of the players on the pitch. 6'5" he is, the Liverpool centre-back. Well on his way to 100 caps now, Sami Hippier. 92nd tonight, as we said. And if he completes this qualifying campaign, then he should just about make 100. A few friendly games thrown in between, of course, as well. Should see him there. Been a real rock at the heart of the Finnish defence for many a year now. Since his move, of course, he started his career with Maipa in the Finnish league before moving on to Willem II in Holland, before he was seen by the Liverpool scouts. And he came in to replace the likes of Mark Wright in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, and has been a real mainstay in the Liverpool defence for many years. Now, of course, Jamie Carragher has taken on a greater share in the Liverpool defensive duties, arguably. There's a few more years left in him, but certainly Hippier is a good defender for his age, and he'll be looking for a good performance tonight, and he's going to have a difficult task against Lukas Podolski and Miroslav Klose, that's for sure. The Finns, though, they'll be shouting as loud as they can to try and inspire their team. Eremenko starts in midfield, interestingly, for Finland. Roman Eremenko of Dynamo Kiev. He's of Russian descent, but qualifies to play for Finland through his parentage. Actually had a run-in with the Finnish FA after being convicted of drink driving, but he makes the first team today. They're the German team. Simon Rolfes gets a start in the centre of the park. Rolfes of Leverkusen, the only Leverkusen player in the starting 11 tonight. His teammate Patrick Helmes is on the bench after his transfer. Simon Rolfes, 26 years of age, made his debut, in fact, against Denmark back in 2007. He wins his 15th cap tonight. He's got 1 goal for the German national team. There's our referee for this evening, Viktor Kasai from Hungary. And Stuart Baxter, the coach from the north of England. Very well travelled, as we said, former England under-19 manager. He's also managed in Japan. Joachim Löw, who took over the reins of the German national team following Jürgen Klinsmann's departure. And it looks as though it's going to be the Germans to get us underway, kicking from right to left in an all-red strip. Finland from right to left in white tops and blue shorts. And off we go. Germany kick us off with Klose and Podolski. And Rolfes spreads it out wide now. Can Germany push on from that 6-0 win at the weekend against Liechtenstein and get off to a 100% record against the Finns? It's going to be a difficult game for them here in the Olympic Stadium in Helsinki. 40,000 fans, just under that number, will be Finnish ones. And the Finns come forward to rapturous applause early in this first half. An early throw for the Finns. Can they put the German under some pressure? There's Verinen, new signing for SC Heerenveen. Spent the last season at PSV Eindhoven, a club where he played 42 times. And an early chance for Finland, but it's a difficult one for Verinen, and an easy one in the end for Robert Enke. Ball swung in. It was a good first touch by Verinen, but he couldn't quite get the ball away from under his feet. As Bastian Schweinsteiger just about did enough to put him off, I think. And it's Enke who picks the ball up, the Hanover goalkeeper. Since the retirement of Jens Lehmann, he's come into the German first team and really done well, keeping Tim Wiese out of the side. The Werder Bremen goalkeeper is just about as famous for his mistake against Juventus a few years ago in the Champions League as he is for his goalkeeping. He's worked hard to shake that off. He's become a really good goalkeeper since then, and also played very well for Werder Bremen in recent years, but he's really found it tough to shake off the reputation of that the Howler gave him after he dropped the ball at the feet of Emerson in the second round of the Champions League. Meant that Werder Bremen were out, Juventus went through. He's on the bench tonight though, and Enke starts. Enke, interestingly, a very strong advocate against cruelty to animals, and especially the sale of fur, dog and cat fur, around the world. A strong spokesperson, especially in Germany, against that. Here's Philipp Lahm, likes to come forward, spraying it out wide, looking for Schweinsteiger. There's a good challenge by Tony Kallio of Fulham. Tony Kallio signed for Fulham, in fact, around the same kind of time as Jari Litmanen last season, but didn't make his debut until the first day of the season this year in the Premiership, and it was a great debut. He got the Man of the Match award and a goal as Fulham beat Arsenal for the first time in a very, very long time. The London derby. Coming forward towards Forsell. Ball's back again with Tony Kallio at left back. Played forward by Eremenko. That's out wide. Can Finland get into the box? They've done well. It's Johansson. Can he get the ball back? It's a good ball back. A good pullback from Jonathan Johansson, but no Finnish players were arriving, not quite positioned correctly, and some good early pressure from the Finns, and that's the kind of thing Germany are going to have to watch out for. Johansson getting at the German defence, he knocked it past Lahm, some good pace by Johansson. Forsell was waiting in the centre, as with Verinen, but none of them took a gamble. And Germany survive an early scare. Here's Rolfes. To Schweinsteiger. Fritz is waiting out wide. Here he is. Clemens Fritz of Werder Bremen. Moved from Hanover early in last season. A solid right back. He didn't have the best of Euro 2008. So he started in the first two games, but he's retained his place tonight. Played for Germany at all levels, but didn't make his debut for the senior team until the age of 26. Now 27, making his 21st appearance for the team tonight. Scored 2 goals in that time, and here come Finland again with Markus Heikkinen, but it's dealt with, the cross is dealt with well by Serdar Taski in the German defence. Taski, in fact, could have played for Turkey if he'd wanted. That's his national descent, but opted to play for Germany after moving here as a youngster. Obviously playing in the German league with Stuttgart. A very promising young centre-back. A lot is expected of him over the next few years. There's Podolski. Rolfes. Podolski again, the number 10, scored 2 goals in the first game against Liechtenstein. Klose can't quite get that one under control. He'll be looking to get off the mark tonight. Scored too many goals last season in the end for Bayern Munich after a fantastic start. He ended up with 11 after scoring 8 in his first 8 games after forming a lethal partnership with Luca Toni. the end, he finished with just 3 more goals as Luca Toni hit the 30-goal mark. And again, Finland coming forward, this time down the right with Jonathan Johansson again, but clearly offside position. It's a good through ball though, and that's what Finland will be looking to do, get in behind the German defence. Jonathan Johansson did so well at Rangers, of course, after his transfer from the Finnish league. Scored a lot of goals in a Rangers shirt before moving to Charlton, but his time wasn't as happy there. Did well in his first season for Charlton before dropping out, really. The likes of Sean Bartlett and Jason Ewell took his place in the side. Recently transferred to Malmo a couple of seasons ago. And he's having a great time in the Swedish league at the moment. Scoring plenty of goals. He's back to goal-scoring ways, but Johansson, 33 years of age now. Doesn't seem that long ago that he was breaking onto the scene with Rangers, making his 91st appearance tonight for the men in white and blue. And he'll be looking to score his 17th goal. He's got 16 already so far. So really, in the opening exchanges, Finland with most of the pressure. Again, they get into the German box, this time from a free kick. And again, on the right-hand side, it's Varinen now. But he's lost out. Here's Lahm. Germany come forward, but they've lost out. Hippier ends up with the ball in a very advanced position for him, but the Finnish fans unhappy with the challenge. Varinen it was who juggled with it. Truchowski, they felt fouled him. Indeed, Lahm as well. Well, it did look like a trip there from Philipp Lahm, the German centre-back, left-back. But not given, and it's Germany who come away with the ball. Here's Fritz. Taski. Michael Westermann now, the Schalke defender, who's known for popping up for with the occasional goal. Indeed for Schalke. So much for Germany. Although he has scored one. This is his 6th appearance tonight. He scored one against Liechtenstein on Saturday. He made his debut just earlier in the year, February 2008 against Austria. Here come Finland again, but Forsell doesn't quite read the pass, and Anker manages to clear it, rolls it out to Clemens Fritz, pushing forward now inside his own half. Schweinsteiger, he'll be looking to make an impact today. Such a talented player. One of the best in the Bayern Munich team that reached the semi-finals of the UEFA Cup last season, only to lose out to Zenit St. Petersburg after losing 4-0 on away turf. Here's Rolfes. Comes inside for Hitzelsberger. Der Hammer, as he's known in Germany, formerly of Aston Villa, possesses a lethal shot on him with his left foot. He'll be looking to unleash some of those today, and the shot comes in though from the Finns. This time it's an easy one for Robert Enke. He had a lot of time to adjust and see that one come through, and Serdar Taski brings the ball out now for Germany. And up towards Klose, he knocks it off to Hitzelsberger. Lahm in support now on the left-hand side. Wants to cut inside and get shots away himself. Some good football by the Germans. Podolski and Hitzelsberger linking up well. And they've won themselves a free kick, not far from the Finnish penalty box. Hitzelsberger will have his eye on this, that's for sure. Truchowski's trotting over as well. Certainly a foul there from Petri Pasanen, the former Portsmouth man. Now at Werder Bremen, and Pasanen winning his 46th cap tonight, the 27-year-old. Just one goal in that time, but a very solid centre-back as well as a right-back. Of course, Finland with an abundance of centre-backs, the likes of Hippier and Tehinen. Usually the pairing. Tonight it's Lampi who starts in the centre. And Bastian Schweinsteiger standing over this free kick as well. It's Truchowski with the strike, and it's a good one. Good save in the end by Jussi Jääskeläinen. He can clear. Truchowski really links up well down the left-hand side. Germany seem to have got it right recently with Lahm, Truchowski and Podolski all linking up well down the left wing for the Germans. Here is Truchowski. Tricky little customer on the left-hand side. Clips it through towards Hitzelsberger, but he can't get on the end of it. There's some stout defending by Hippier, who does really well to turn and get the ball away. He was fouled in the process. And the big Finnish defender gets the ball away. Wins the free kick. Here again, the Trojovski free kick. It was a great strike. And Jaskalainen didn't want to risk catching it. He got across well and thumped it away. Not too much difficulty for him in the end. The Bolton goalkeeper won the Bolton Wanderers Player of the Year twice in recent seasons. Jaskalainen winning his 44th cap tonight. 33 years of age now. He's been a really good goalkeeper in the Premiership for many a season now. One of the top ones. There was interest from Manchester United at a time, but he stuck it out with Bolton and was rewarded with the UEFA Cup spot a couple of seasons ago. They avoided relegation last season. The ball sprayed out wide to Philip Lahm. Good touch by him to bring it down. Trojovski now. Trojovski comes inside. Shows some good skills, and it's Lukas Podolski now drifting out to the left, as he does like to do. Trojovski again. Played inside Hitzelsberger and clipped through for Podolski. Now it's Trojovski. Well, he struck it well, but it was a good block in the end, I think, by Veli-Lampi. Nicely done by the Germans. It was Lahm, in fact, who clipped it through for Trojovski, and a good block by the number 15. It was Marcus Heikkinen, actually, of Rapid Vienna. In comes the corner. It's a good one, but just enough on it by the Finnish defence to get it away. Here's Schweinsteiger taking on Forsell. Now both players playing in the German league following Forsell's transfer to Hanover in the summer. Trojovski. Closer and Lahm in the centre. And Vesterman, in fact, in the centre. Here's Rolfes with a strike. He was played through well, but the left foot effort doesn't hit the target. Good ball through by Hitzelsberger. Rolfes took it in his stride and snatched at it with his left foot. He didn't really hit it as cleanly as he would have liked. Well, in the end, it trickles wide of the goal, but a big chance for Germany. Probably the best of the match so far. Finland got into the German box early on, but didn't have anybody in the middle after a good run by Jonathan Johansson. But his opening stage is now Germany. After a good Finnish start, Germany starting to come away with the ball more often and keeping possession, getting into more attacking positions. This time, Podolski just about offside. I don't think there was much in it. It was a good ball through, and he almost beat the offside trap. He would have been in had he couldn't quite control it anyway as it happened. But free kick to Finland, pumped upfield by Jaskalainen. Again, Forsell gets into the box. The Germans have got some pressure to deal with now, and it's going to be a corner to the Finns. Forsell will be looking to get on the end of this. As I said earlier, he formed a great partnership with Jari Litmanen in recent years for the Finnish national team, but he's been hampered by injuries. Tonight he starts up front on his own. Jonathan Johansson, as we said, will be supporting him from the right. And Verinen now, the new SC Heerenveen player, whips the ball in, but it's cleared by the Germans. Pumped up longer by Thomas Hitzelsberger. Left Aston Villa all those years ago after stating that he didn't feel he would get into the Germany World Cup squad ahead of 2006 World Cup in Germany if he stayed at Villa. He moved to Stuttgart, and he was rewarded with a championship win after a couple of seasons. And since then, he's become an integral part of the German midfield, although Ballack and Torsten Frings both out injured tonight in the centre of midfield. They are the ones who usually limit his opportunities. However, Hitzelsberger has already won 40 caps for his country, the 26-year-old. Still very young. Seems to have been on the scene for a long, long time now. He's winning his 41st caps tonight. He'll be looking to add to the 6 goals he scored since he made his debut against Iran in 2004. Made up towards Miroslav Klose. Klose really needs to build his confidence. He's a very unselfish player. He's not just about scoring goals, but he hasn't scored regularly for a while now. And that will be of concern to Bayern Munich and Germany. Hitzelsberger plays it out wide now for Bastian Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger still gets into the box, but a good challenge. This time the challenge from Tony Kallio of Fulham. The Germans get the chance to attack again, here with Rolfes. Bibbed in towards the penalty spot, but no German players are waiting, and it's cleared by the Finns. Clemens Fritz has the throw. It's Schweinsteiger. Some good skills by him. Spread it out wide to his Bayern Munich teammate, the left-back Philipp Lahm, number 16. Here's Trczowski. Trczowski looking to cut inside, but he's under constant pressure on that left-hand side by Veli Lampi of FC Zurich. The ball's clipped in, but Hyypiä deals with it. Fritz lays it up to Schweinsteiger. Fritz again. Now Westermann, who gets the nod tonight with Setanta in the heart of the German defence. Metzelder and Mertesacker of Real Madrid. And Miroslav Klose got himself into a good position there, but he was deemed offside by the referee's assistant. And the chance goes begging this time. It looked like he was clearly in an offside position, to be fair. Well, it was tight. Very tight indeed, and it's a couple of times now that the Germans have got in behind the Finns, and the Finns have been lucky that the referee's called offside, or at least the referee's assistant has. As I was saying, the German centre-back pairing of Mertesacker and indeed Christoph Metzelder of Real Madrid was really starting to take shape. The ball's knocked in now towards Forsell, but it's too long, and an easy take in the end for Enke. It's Taski and Heiko Westermann who get the nod tonight, both the regular centre-backs out injured. Here's Rolfes. There's Taski of Stuttgart. Here's Rolfes. Westermann will look to get things rolling from the back. Plays it up towards Klose, but it's cut out by the Finnish midfield. Here they come forward now with Jonas Kolka, described by Bobby Robson as one of the most talented players he's ever seen. He signed him for PSV Eindhoven from Heerenveen. And the Finns not happy with that decision. Roman Emarenko, the Russian-born Finn. And some real jeers from the Finnish contingent here in the stadium, which makes up most of it, it has to be said. 40,000 people in here tonight. This World Cup Group 4 qualifying match. Forsell chasing that one, but far too long. It's going to be a goal kick to Germany. Here's Lahm. Hitzelsberger clips it out wide. He's looking for Schweinsteiger with a great touch by him. And again, the Finns feel the ball went out, but the referee's assistant had an excellent view of it and said that Schweinsteiger did well to keep the ball in. Here's Clemens Fritz. Can he whip one in? He's got Rolfes in support. Here he is. Rolfes with the strike, and it's a good one. He caught it really well there, Simon Rolfes. Really good left foot effort. It was straight down the throat of Jussi Jääskeläinen in the end, but he hit it with some power, and it was too hot to handle for Jääskeläinen, who had to get it at the second attempt. Really well struck by Rolfes. And another shot on target for the Germans. Almost 20 minutes gone in this encounter. Chances at both ends. Be more to the Germans, and here one for the Finns. It's Jonathan Johansson in the centre. Can't quite direct it towards goal. It was a good cross in by Kolka. Yeah, Johansson rose, and he got there ahead of Heiko Westermann, who's usually very good in the air, but couldn't direct it into that far corner past Robert Enke, and goal kick to Germany. There's Fritz. Podolski now dropping deep. Now Taski. Podolski again. And the clip ball forward looking for the pacey Trczowski. Will Germany win the corner here? Almost, but they're denied by some good defending by the right back tonight, Veli Lampi. And Finland with some good play to break forward now. Is Verinen. Players in support, but some good defending in the end by Heiko Westermann to win the ball back for the Germans. And the men playing in red, black and gold tonight come forward again with the ball. Starting to get into their stride a bit more, the Germans. They'll be looking to get the likes of Schweinsteiger and Trczowski on the ball. Hopefully for them, Thomas Hitzelsberger will get some space as well. And And a good ball in by Podolski. Let's see what he was trying to do there. See Klose, who was peeling away, but Jääskeläinen read the danger and comes out to claim. Really, the Finns are up against it here in Group 4. The Germans and the Russians, who are in such good form at the moment after a great Euro 2008. Of course, the Germans, an even better Euro 2008. Runners-up in Austria and Switzerland. And again, the Finnish fans showing their anger at a decision by the referee. Some very loud atmosphere in the stadium tonight, really getting behind their players, the Finnish contingent, as Jonathan Johansson deemed to have fouled Philip Lahm over there on the left-hand side. Taski plays it across to Westerman. Trzaskowski now. A poor pass inside, looking for Hitzelsberger. And the Finns can break. Lampi at right back. Strong challenge there by Podolski. Lucky he missed Lampi, could have been a nasty one. Played inside to Forsell. Hasn't had much of the ball so far. And it's clipped wide now to Jonas Kolka, who's deemed to be offside by the referee's assistant. And again, the fans react. Kolka not happy with the decision. Well, again, it was a tight one, a difficult one to judge, but perhaps that angle doesn't give us the right answer. It was a really good ball out wide for Kolka. It's Jonas Kolka, the 33-year-old, currently playing for NAC Breda in the Dutch league. Also played for PSV, played for Crystal Palace for a time as well. He was recommended by Bobby Robson, who had him at PSV. Kolka now 33, as I said, and winning his 87th cap tonight. He's already scored 11 goals. We'll be hoping to add to that tonight, and well, really a mainstay in the Finnish team for the last decade, Jonas Kolka. Pumped upfield by Jääskeläinen towards Johansson, and Forsell will chase, but Westerman should deal with it, and he sees it out for a goal kick. And the Germans have an opportunity to get it. It's been pretty even so far. Finland certainly much higher quality opposition than Liechtenstein. Westerman, now Taski. Germans looking to build from the back. Schweinsteiger now. Hasn't really been in the game too much so far. He'll be looking to use his skill and get some shots away. Star of Euro 2004 and indeed the World Cup. Scored the first goal, in fact, against Portugal as Germany won 3-2 in the quarter-final of Euro 2008. Sparking great scenes around Germany. The Germans really have been fever pitch regarding football since the 2006 World Cup on their home turf. Football's completely taken off, and German fans proud again of their nation. And so they should be after some really great performances in recent years. 2002 World Cup, they got to the final, unlucky to lose to Brazil that time. Euro 2004 wasn't as pleasant for them. They didn't get past the group stage, and Rudi Völler resigned shortly afterwards, but 2006, of course, bowing out at the semi-final stage after some really heartwarming performances. They lost to the eventual winners, Italy, before beating Portugal in the third-place playoff to get third place. And then again, finalists at Euro 2008. Maybe they can go one better in South Africa, but history tends to suggest that if the World Cup is played on European turf, then a European team wins. And if it's anywhere else, then it's not a European team. There's only been one exception to that rule, as Brazil won the World Cup back in the 70s, but a ball through there, and it ends up with Robodenka. Eremenko, as I said earlier, really had had some problems before the game. He could have missed the match after being convicted of drink driving, but he's back in the squad for this important tie against Germany. Really, the Finns, if they're going to progress from this group to the finals in South Africa, then they're going to have to pick up points against the Germans and indeed the Russians. Germans looking to build, but Varanen comes away with it. Former PSV man. And he plays it back to Jääskeläinen. Good chase, but quickly cleared by Jääskeläinen up towards halfway. Philipp Lahm there. Such a model professional. Always gives his all for both Bayern Munich and Germany. Conducts himself well off the pitch as well. Is a very well-spoken individual. Very pleasant lad. Joy to interview, and well, really, he's always does his best for his country, and his performances tend to match his efforts. It has to be said. Very consistent performer. He's only a small lad, but Philipp Lahm, one of Germany's best performers in recent years, and already established in the national team. Philipp Lahm wins his 50th cap, in fact, tonight. A milestone for him. 3 goals in that time since his debut against Croatia in 2004. And he's made a good partnership with Podolski and Trajovski down the left as Germany try to get into the Finnish box down the right-hand side. But Finland come away with it. Here's Forsell. Kolka now just about keeps it in. And he's played upfield, but nobody in support for the Finns. They've only got Mikael Forsell up front tonight. That may work against them. Germans playing 4 at the back, and really Forsell with a huge task on his hands. He's going to break down a strong German defence. As we said, despite them missing Mertesacker and Metzelder, still a formidable team. And here's Schweinsteiger, who collects the ball on the edge of the box after some poor Finnish football in their own half. They played themselves into trouble, the Finns, but they come away with it again. And Varanen with some good skills. Very accomplished centre midfielder. Ball's now back with Kallio and Hyypiä now. Sprays it wide. He was hoping that Johansson would be running, but he's in the centre. And he trots back over to the right wing now. Hyypiä, the captain tonight. His 92nd appearance in a Finland shirt. A remarkable achievement for the big defender. Here comes Varanen forward, but a weak left foot effort as he came into the centre. Didn't strike it as well as he could have, and it trickles wide. Goal kick to Germany. Varanen, 26 years of age. His 42nd cap tonight. He recently transferred in the summer from PSV Eindhoven, as we said, and will be looking to make a strong impact at Heerenveen. Club that's produced the likes of Ruud van Nistelrooy, of course. Jonas Kolka, of course, playing there as well. Taski looks forward, and a nice flick from Schweinsteiger, almost playing in closer, but it was well read by the Finnish defence and Sami Hyypiä. Some good play in the centre again. This time by Marcus Heikkinen, the Rapid Vienna midfielder. It's cleared by Jääskeläinen. Over halfway. There's Varanen. It's challenged by Hitzelsberger, but Varanen comes away with it. Here's Eremenko, a Russian-born Finn of Dynamo Kiev. And they come down the left with Kolka, who's got pace, gets the ball into the box, and here comes Johansson. Forsell was in there as well. It's going to be a corner, I think. Looked as though it came off a German head in the end. Good work by Kolka down the left. He got a good cross in towards the fast post, well away from the goalkeeper Enker, and Forsell rose, Johansson coming in, and it was Lahm, the shortest player in the German defence, who ended up heading the ball away to safety. But it's a corner now to Finland. Just as we approach the half-an-hour mark. In it comes Varanen towards the near post, but it's cleared by the Germans, and it's Miroslav Klose who comes away with it, the Bayern Munich forward. Finland really holding their own so far. There's Eremenko, who got play going from midfield. Klose, the German captain tonight, really will be wanting to get on the score sheet. Now to his already impressive 41 goals. This is his 84th cap tonight. And Klose indeed comes from a sporting family. His father was also a footballer. And his mother, in fact, was a handball player, professional handball player, interestingly. So he has sport in his blood, that's for sure. Klose is Rolfes. Philipp Lahm now plays it inside for Hitzelsberger. Bastian Schweinsteiger on the right. He's got Clemens Fritz in support, but he crosses it in, and a huge chance, a fantastic cross by Schweinsteiger, and a really, really big chance there for Miroslav Klose to put the Germans ahead on the half-an-hour mark. Perfect cross from Bastian Schweinsteiger. He links up with his Bayern Munich teammate Miro Klose, but it's just not going right for Klose at the moment. He was absolutely unchallenged in the box. It went past Hyypiä, who'd absolutely left him alone, and, well, Klose should have done a lot better, really, from close range. Huge chance, arguably the best of the match so far. Podolski wins the free kick on the left-hand side. Klose will be disappointed with himself. Maybe he saw it late as the ball came past the towering and imposing figure of Sami Hyypiä. And here Germany come again. Schweinsteiger will be invigorated by that as Fritz gets into the box with some nice bit of skills. And it's pulled back towards Rolfes. Another chance. Here's Podolski in the box, but some good defensive work there by the Finns to get it away. And they break now with Kolka on the left-hand side. Can they launch a counter-attack? Germany with the pressure, but the Finns getting forward quickly, and it's clipped in towards Johansson! Johansson! It's 1-0 to Finland! Jonathan Johansson scores the most unlikely of goals for Finland. It's 1-0, and the former Charlton Athletic man gets the goal with a great finish, a clip ball into the box. It's his 17th goal for his country on his 91st appearance. And the man with the curly blonde hair. Really some poor defending by Vesterman and Lahm. They were at 6s and 7s at the back. And Jonathan Johansson, how about that? It's gone through Philipp Lahm's legs. He won't be happy at all. Enke came out, but a good finish by Jonathan Johansson. And we have the most unlikely of scorelines here at the Helsinki Olympic Stadium. The Finns are delighted. It's Finland 1, Germany 0. Jonathan Johansson the scorer. And how about that? Nobody would have expected the Finns to get the first goal here. Now the Germans really will have a talking to from Joachim Löw. They knew it wouldn't be as easy as Liechtenstein. But they're 1-0 behind now against the Finns after 33 minutes. And, well, they have a chance of their own here at the other end, Germany, with Klose, but they can't quite keep hold of it. He's remained in the box. Here's Fritz on the right-hand side. It was he indeed who created the chance at the other end just before Finland scored. Rolfes clips it in towards the far post, but some good defending again by Lampi at the far post. Well, it was Kolka who broke down the left-hand side, but the danger looked as though it had been averted as the ball was clipped back in. And Germany find themselves one behind here in the Olympic Stadium. And a major task on their hands if they're going to score two past the Germans. Mikhail Forsell looked as though he had a bit of a muscle strain there, but he's up and running again in the centre circle. Here's Fritz. Schweinsteiger. Good skill by him. Can take players on. Bastian Schweinsteiger. Hitzelsberger, now it's Lahm. The ball into the far post. And some good defending there by Tony Kallio, the Fulham defender, to get in ahead of Bastian Schweinsteiger. The Finns will be absolutely delighted with that lead. A really good goal. It was well taken by Jonathan Johansson, but Philipp Lahm will feel he should have done a lot better. And the cross comes in this time, and a huge chance again. It was Heiko Westermann rising, but he nods it over the bar. Free header for the Schalke defender. It was a good ball in by Hitzelsberger, floated it in. And Westermann rose above everybody, including Sami Hyypiä, to head it over the bar. It was a good chance for the Germans to get back into this game. Taski was arriving behind him, but really Heiko Westermann should have done a lot better and converted that chance into a goal. Here comes Finland with Verinen. He's managed to keep the ball with some good show of strength. Now the ball's clipped in, but an offside flag. And another chance there for Jonathan Johansson, scorer of the goal that separates the two sides. Maybe just about offside this time, Jonathan Johansson. But unlucky, the Finns have certainly taken this game to the Germans. Pushing forward and creating chances of their own. They're certainly not going to fall by the wayside and let the Germans have their way with them. The ball's clipped in towards Rolfes, but danger averted by Hyypiä. And the Bolton goalkeeper of the last decade, really, Jussi Jääskeläinen. Hoisted upfield towards Forsell, but dealt with this time by Taski. Taski, a very composed figure at the back. We're pleased he wasn't a part of that shambles with Westermann and Philip Lahm, but they need to make sure that it doesn't dent their confidence. Lahm, such an important player for the Germans. Also had that moment in the final of Euro 2008. He was substituted, in fact, in the final, but many fans in Germany feel that he could have done better as Fernando Torres went through to score the winning goal in the final. I'm sure there'll be a similar reaction following the goal here. Cut out by Hyypiä. And the Finns do well with some nice one-touch football. Getting into triangles and making it difficult for the Germans, but Klose closes him down there. Kallio, the Fulham defender, and Finland have a throw inside their own half. Cleared by Hyypiä. Towards halfway. Rolfes challenging forward against Forsell, but Forsell's done well. Loses out in the end to Clemens Fritz, who plays it back to Taski. Here's Westermann. Philip Lahm now. Trojovski, who started the match well, but has been quiet for a period. Clips it in towards Klose now! It's 1-1 and Miroslav Klose gets the equaliser for Germany. He'll be absolutely delighted with that. Just as I was saying that Trojovski hadn't done anything for a while, he clips it in towards Miroslav Klose, who turned and finished superbly past Jussi Jääskeläinen. He gets his 42nd goal for the Germans in this, his 84th cap. Gives him an exact 50% record. It was a good touch on his chest to take him past Sami Hyypiä. And the finish, Jussi Jääskeläinen was unable to do anything about it. It was a good clip ball in towards him by Trojovski. And finally, the Bayern Munich man gets the goal that German fans hope will ignite a successful campaign for the 30-year-old campaigner. It was a good finish with his left foot to send the ball in the opposite direction, making it difficult for both Hyypiä and Jääskeläinen to do anything about it. And there's no doubt about it, when Klose's on form, he scores goals. So 1-1 here in the Olympic Stadium. And well, Germany getting back into it, but Finland have really been playing well. It'd be a shame to see them crumble now. They've conceded, but they've done really well up till now and certainly deserve to be in the game. No chance that they deserve to be behind, that's for sure. Hitzelsberger linking up with Fritz now, but well, Fritz got a bit of a clip there on his ankle, and well, every decision that's made by the referee against the Finns is met with some rapturous reception by the Finnish fans. Here's Hitzelsberger. And Germany put themselves in front just before half-time. Really would be a killer time to score a goal just before the half-time whistle. Always is. Changes the mentality of the team as they go into the dressing room. And really, Stuart Baxter will have to readdress his half-time speech. And he's going to have a job remotivating his players to go for it again. But they've done well up till now. I think that will be what the message is from Baxter. They've really been a match for the Germans, and they scored a good goal through Jonathan Johansson. Score stands at 1-1, and they fully deserve it. Here come Germany forward with Lahm and Trzaskowski, linking up well on the left again. But this time it's cut out by Marcus Heikkinen, the Vienna midfielder. And it's going to be a throw by the looks of it to the Germans. In fact, there's going to be a substitution. We saw that Michael Forsell was struggling in the centre of the park earlier. Looks as though he had a problem with his calf, and he goes off for Daniel Scherland, who currently plays for Djurgårdens, the number 18. Scherland, who can play in midfield or as a striker. He's 25 years of age. He comes on and wins his 16th cap here in the 40th minute. He's already scored 1 goal for the Finnish national team. But a real pity for Finland. It's been a real sad story for Michael Forsell. There's Rolfes. He's off to Hitzelsberger, who strikes it, and the hammer can't direct it this time. The ball spins off for a goal kick, as I was saying. Michael Forsell's had a torrid time with injuries. And again, he leaves the field just before half-time here in the Olympic Stadium in Helsinki. And the Finnish fans will be very disappointed that he can't make his presence felt in the Finnish attack. Looked like a bit of a strong challenge there from Scherland, in fact, who's moved into a midfield position. And Schweinsteiger looks to put the ball out wide, but it's held up by the referee. He just wants to sort things out in the centre of the park. Strong challenge, but didn't look too unfair. It was Schweinsteiger who put his foot on top of the ball, and I think that's what made him lose his balance. Free kick given, and Germany come forward. Now here's Fritz on the right-hand side. Fritz looking to power forward, but some good defending. Here's Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger looks to clip it in towards... Wow, Podolski peeling away. He's had a rather quiet first half, it has to be said, Lucas Podolski. After a fantastic start to his World Cup qualifying campaign against Liechtenstein with 2 goals, but the defence he's up against tonight, a different prospect altogether. Far higher quality opposition, and Podolski certainly can score goals at the highest level, there's no doubt about that. He's been forced to sit on the bench a lot at Bayern Munich recently, after Luca Toni and Miroslav Klose helped Bayern to yet another championship victory last term, and he started the season again on the bench. Uli Hoeneß, the Bayern Munich director of football, not happy with Podolski's comments, and a chance for Finland! It's 2-1! Finland snatch a goal just before half-time, and it's of real quality this time. It's Verinen, the man from SC Heerenveen. He transferred from PSV in the summer, who scores with a cracking volley after a superb cross from the left by Jonas Kolka. Mika Verinen scores his 3rd goal in a Finland shirt in his 42nd appearance. Really good cross in fact it was Scherland, and it was Verinen arriving, and he finished expertly. What a strike that was. Jonathan Johansson went for the spectacular overhead, but Verinen was arriving, and he met the ball with some precision and fired it past Robert Enke. He managed to get a touch on it, but the power of the strike took him past him in the end. Couldn't react quickly enough to the shot, and Finland now 2-1 ahead, and they've deserved it. They've taken the game to the Germans, and it's 2-1. Germany have a corner at the other end now. Swung in, and surely now the Germans, it's 2-2. Incredible stuff here at the Helsinki Olympic Stadium, and it's Miroslav Klose again. Well, how about this for a story? Verinen puts Finland 2-1 up at the other end before the ball comes straight down into the Finnish half. The corner, the first corner since the goal, and within a couple of minutes, it's gone from 1-1 to 2-2. A great ball in again by Hitzelsberger. We've seen he can deliver. The header by Klose, saved by Jääskeläinen. He couldn't deal with it, but Klose got there again and managed to scramble it past Jääskeläinen to make it 2-2. And Germany really, well, you have to say we've seen this before. The Germans always able to grind out results, and despite the Finns playing some good football up till now, it's Germany who get back into the game, and they've taken their chances, that's for sure. Miroslav Klose with 2 goals, all the talk about him before the game. And we've got 1 minute of added time. Will we see anything else before the end of this first half? Incredible scenes here, really. Jonas Johansson chases that one, but he won't get on the end of it. It's Sherland again, in fact. The man who crossed the ball in for Varinen to score that wonderful second goal for the Finns. But just as we were celebrating that, just as we were letting the game settle back down, up come the Germans. They get a corner, and Klose bags his second of the match. And indeed, his 43rd in his 84th appearance for Germany. Well, it's been a great game, full of goals so far. I hope that the second half is similar. It's been a great game to watch. Both sides have gone for it. Both sides trying to win the match, and there goes the half-time whistle. Wow, what a superb game so far, that's all we can say. The Germans coming back twice after being behind. Jonathan Johansson gave Finland the lead on 32 minutes before Miroslav Klose scored with a good finish. Here we see the goal, a mistake by Philip Lahm, but a good finish by Johansson to make it 1-0 to the Finns in a surprise situation, really. But then back came the Germans, the clipped-in ball from Chochovsky, and Klose finishing with aplomb. That was before Varinen came up the other end and, arriving in the box, fired the ball past Robert Enke with a fantastic volley just to put the Finns ahead. But just moments later, literally moments later, the Germans go up the other end, win themselves a corner. And Miroslav Klose bagged his second of the game to make the half-time score. Finland 2, Germany 2.
The best football shows direct from the UK exclusively on Setanta Sports. James Richardson and Rebecca Lowe are joined by an expert panel as they look back on the weekend's action in football matters. Back of the Net brings you pure goals from the top leagues in Europe. And the Friday Football Show with James Richardson previews the coming weekend. The best football shows direct from the UK exclusively on Setanta Sports. Setanta Sports brings you exclusive access to Chelsea TV. Keep up to date with all the latest from inside Stamford Bridge. After heartbreak last season, follow Chelsea's assault on the Premier League, Carling Cup and the UEFA Champions League.
But the blue touch paper has been well and truly lit.
Chelsea TV, exclusive to Setanta Sports.
Man on Fox 8 is back. Pushing the boundaries with all new extreme entertainment.
That was absolutely 100% real.
Crush, Jerry, drag, just one time.
Oh, will he?
All new, unfreaking, illegal stunts. Are you ready?
It's going to be the most insane season ever.
All new Australian premiere, Chris Angel, Wednesday, 7:30, Fox 8.
Scottish Premier League doubleheader, Saturday night live on Setanta Sports. After defeat in the Old Firm, nothing but a victory will do as Celtic take on Motherwell at Fir Park.
Pedro Mendes, just brilliant!
And then Rangers, buoyed by that victory, clash with Kilmarnock at Ibrox. Scottish Premier League, Saturday night from 8:30, exclusively live on Setanta Sports.
Martin Johansson and Daniel Sherland ready to kick us off, and here we go in the second half. Let's hope it's as good as the first was. The Finns now really have done all they couldn't surely have expected to score 2 goals against the resolute German defence, but they've done so. They've conceded 2 as well, but it's been an exhilarating match. And well, really, let's hope that the second half is even better. And Finland, early on in this second half, have won themselves a corner in the opening seconds. Germany have got some defending to do. Robodenka trying to coordinate his defence. And it's going to be swung across right-footed. It's an in-swinger, and it's gone deep to the back post. Pasanen with the header across goal. Petri Pasanen, the Werder Bremen right-back, did well to direct the ball back across, but again, Finland win the corner. It's clipped in well towards the back post, and well, the balding head of Pasanen got it across, but there was Heiko Westermann of Schalke tonight, winning his 6th cap for the German national side. It's there to clear, and the corner comes in again this time. The header there from Hyypiä, and it's not far away. The towering giant of a centre-back gets his head on the ball. A good ball in again from Kolka. A really good deliverer of the ball. Gets it in, and the huge frame of Sami Hyypiä rising above Miroslav Klose. He couldn't quite direct it on target, but he did well to get the header away, and it was dipping over at the far post. Hyypiä does pop up with the odd goal. Number 1 in the Champions League semi-final a few years ago, left foot volley. He scored just 5 goals in his 92 caps now for the Finnish national side. And again, it looks as though Finland are going to go for broke. They've really got nothing to lose. I mean, 2-2 would certainly be a respectable result, more than respectable really against the Germans, but I think they've shown that they can win this game, and the Germans are aware of that too. It should be a fiercely fought contest in this second half. The Germans will be looking to get the ball into Klose now, who's reinvigorated following his 2 goals. He's on a hat-trick now. And what a great answer to his critics that would be for Miroslav Klose, and what a boost to his confidence as well. Here's Fritz. Plays it inside to Schweinsteiger. Goes for a nice little 1-2, but doesn't quite come off, and the Finns come away with it on the left with Kolka. Played upfield towards Johansson, who's now the lone striker. After Mikkel Forsell had to withdraw in the first half. It looked as though it was a calf problem for him. He was stretching in the midway through the first half, but had to go off in the end. Buchowski, who set up the first goal for Klose. Lahm now. Buchowski's outside of him. He's got Hitzelsberger into board as well. Lahm plays it in towards Schweinsteiger, but the Finns come away with it. The defending numbers, and Kolka now on the right for Finland. Mapanhidu, bags of pace, the 33-year-old, plays it inside to the number 7, Roman Emarenko. Challenged by Fritz, and it's going to be a throw-in now to Finland. By Kallio. And the strike, but it's high, wide and handsome in the end. From the finish, number 7 again. Romanko, Russian-born, plays for Dynamo Kiev in the Ukrainian league. Pumped upfield towards the left. Good kick towards Buchowski, very accurate from Robodenka. He's done well to keep Tim Wiese and indeed Manuel Neuer out of the side since Jens Lehmann's retirement. Long-term keeper Oliver Kahn, of course, left after just before, in fact, the 2006 World Cup in Germany after he was dropped in favour of Lehmann. Lehmann now with Stuttgart after leaving Arsenal in the summer. Manuel Almunia now the preferred choice at Arsenal, and he's got Lukas Fabianski of Poland pushing him all the way for that first team spot. But Lehmann now at Stuttgart. He's retired from the German national team after Euro 2008, and since then it's been all about Robert Enke in the German goal. Forward now and towards closer. It's Podolski waiting in the centre. Podolski hasn't really made an impact, certainly not the impact he would have liked so far. He likes to get on the score sheet and often does so in a Germany shirt. Podolski already an impressive goal-scoring record since he moved from FC Cologne to Bayern Munich in an international colours. Anyway, he's got winning his 57th cap tonight. He's already got 30 goals for the national team since he made his debut against Hungary in 2004. As we said earlier, he could have played for Poland and speaks fluent Polish, thanks to his family ties. He's been having some problems with Hoeneß at Bayern Munich, but the German fans love him. Prince Poldi, as he's known to many a fan around Germany. Now we see Jürgen Löw with Marcel Janssen just behind him. Stuart Baxter as well, the Finnish coach from England, just coordinating his side. Lahm looking to link up again with Trujovski down the left. Lahm of Bayern Munich coming forward now. There's Trujovski. He's done well to get forward, and still they have it, but some good defending again of Petri Pasanen this time. And Finland come away with it. Now it's with Varinen. Played back to Jääskeläinen, and cleared long upfield towards Rolfes, but Rolfes intercepts. Forward again, looking for Johansson. Of course, it was a mistake after a chip ball through that led to Johansson's first goal. Chip ball in, and it eluded Philipp Lahm and indeed Heiko Westermann. I think Lahm was really the main culprit there, though, and Johansson stole away to give Finland the lead. But a lot's happened since there, as Johansson tries to get it in the box towards Daniel Scherland. And Johansson now gets into the box. Can he finish? A good save by Robert Enke. And a chance goes begging for Finland. Johansson getting into the box again and getting himself into space. There was a nice flick inside there, really, by Varinen. Really did well. It was a very clever idea, and he got it across to Scherland. It was Johansson who got away, but a really, really good save. Almost 3-2 there for Finland. But Robert Enke, with outstretched arms and legs, just pushed it around the post. A solid save by the German goalkeeper. Here comes the corner, played short. And he comes again, and surely it's 3-2! No offside given by the referee's assistant. And Daniel Scherland, the substitute, came on in the first half, makes it 3-2 to Finland. Germans' hearts sink yet again, and for the third time in this match, Finland have taken the lead. Daniel Scherland with his second goal in a Finnish shirt. It was a good header. He gets his second goal on his 16th appearance for the national side, the 25-year-old from Djurgårdens. A good ball in from Varinen, nicely floated, and how about that? Scherland was in acres of space, absolutely unmarked. He rose, and a simple finish in the end. Robert Enke had absolutely no chance, and arriving late was Scherland to nod it past him. Fantastic stuff for the Finns. They're playing out of their skins at the moment. It's Finland 3, Germany 2. And the goal scorer is Daniel Scherland. So a great start. Here's Trujovski with a strike. It eludes Miroslav Klose this time and looks as though it's going to go out. Oh, it's gone out for a goal kick, in fact. Germany, again, will have to pick themselves up. Jürgen Löw absolutely bemused with what's happening to his side. The corner was played short. Quick 1-2 and a great ball in, but the German defence thought they'd play the offside trap. They were completely beaten. And there's no doubt that he was onside. Scherland peeled away, absolutely free, and scores a good header. Good striker's goal, really, from Daniel Scherland. Germany now have some serious work to do. Already 5 goals in this game. We're averaging a goal every 5 minutes at the moment. Every 10 minutes, sorry. Apologies for my maths, never was quite that good at it. But, what an interesting game it's been so far. And it's Philipp Lahm now. A cool head among the Germans as always. He'll be looking to calm his team down, get them playing football. The Bayern Munich left back. Here he is coming forward again. Working it well with Trochovski. Goes for the 1-2 with Hitzelsberger, but he can't find a way through. And the Germans have a throw. Look at that. The Finns absolutely delighted that their team have put 3 past the Germans. The Germans, many people's favourites for the World Cup in 2010 at the moment. It's a long, long way off, but they've been improving steadily since the World Cup in Germany. And they came 3rd, 2nd in Spain, in Austria and Switzerland behind Spain, of course, just this summer. And now, can they go one better in South Africa? Well, not if they play like this. They're being taken apart by the Finns at the moment, who have really done themselves and their fans proud as they come forward again here with Roman Eremenko. Blocked this time by Bastian Schweinsteiger, the right winger from Bayern Munich. A lot of interest in him, as always, from Europe's top clubs, but Bayern refused to sell. Many price tags bandied around, but Schweinsteiger seems settled in the Bavarian capital. And who wouldn't be? Munich's such a beautiful city, and they have a great stadium, a great setup at Bayern Munich. And Finland are in again here with Janssen. Would it be 4? No, it's saved this time. It was Sherland again, actually, who came away with the chance. And Finland have another corner, but again, the German defence at 6s and 7s could have been nasty for them. 4-2 really would have been a difficult deficit. It was flicked on by Johansson. Sherland came in. He was clean through, but he took his time a bit too much, and Fritz did really, really well to get him and block the shot in the end. Another chance for Finland, and they're proving that they can hack it with the best of them here. Here's Rolfes. By Leverkusen midfielder. Hitzelsberger. And spray it out wide. It's found Westermann. And forward now. There's Trochovski. Can he create something? Good challenging by the Finns, but Trochovski does well, and looks as though he's won the free kick. Very good skills by Trochovski, using his size to his advantage there, nicking the ball past the lumbering Finnish defenders, and the challenge in the end it was by Veli Lampi of FC Zurich, deemed to be unlawful by the referee, and rightly so. And Trochovski now has the chance to stick the ball in the box for the Germans. And can they equalise for a 3rd time in this game? Here comes the free kick. It's a good one, and well, it evades everybody in the end and goes behind for a goal kick to the Finns. Good chance for the Germans, that. Always a danger from set pieces with the likes of Miroslav Klose, indeed Michael Ballack. He sorely missed today. His aerial prowess. But the midfield pairing of Rolfes and Thomas Hitzelsberger, a more than ample substitution for Ballack and Frings, both out injured today. It's likely that Ballack will be out for another 2 weeks, according to club medical doctors. And thusly, he misses the fixture tonight. I'm sure that wasn't Jürgen Löw's plan as the players came out for the second half. I'm sure he'd have wanted an early goal himself in this second half, as it was Daniel Sherland. His goal is the difference between the two sides at the moment. As the ball comes in again, looking for Podolski. Podolski hasn't really got into this game, it has to be said. Here's Lahm. Chips it in now towards Klose. It's headed back to Rolfes, but a good challenge there by Markus Heikkinen. Schweinsteiger gets it in again towards Klose, but some solid defending by the Finns. They really are doing well at the back. They've got many players behind the ball. Here's Schweinsteiger again, looking to get the crossover. He's forced onto his left foot and back to Rolfes. Lahm will collect now for Germany. There's the 1-2 with Hitzelsberger, and it's fed in towards Thomas Hitzelsberger, who made the run into the box, but an easy take for Jussi Jääskeläinen. And with half an hour to go, or thereabouts, Finland preserve their 3-2 lead. Now Germany will not want to lose this game. They've got a big enough task as it is to hold off the Russians, who are in excellent form at the moment. And the loss today could see them slip into second in the table. Maybe worse, depending on the outcome of this result, but they're still in it at the moment. Here comes Germany down the right. It's Clemens Fritz. He does well to take on 2 defenders, but the cross into the box is poor, and it's well beyond Miroslav Klose, who applauds his attempt. But Klose is going to need the kind of service he got in the first half if he's to add to his tally today and indeed score a hat-trick. 2 goals already. Maybe Löw contemplating his next move with the German staff. Half an hour to go now. 30 minutes for Germany to turn this game around. They've already come back twice from being behind, but the Finns scored again. And they're looking good for their money at the moment. They've worked ever so hard to get themselves ahead and maintain their lead. Taking the game to the German, there's no chance of them sitting back. And now they're playing a bit more of a defensive-minded formation. Sherland on his own up front. I beg your pardon, Johansson on his own up front. Sherland slipped into midfield. Rolfes gets the ball in, but cleared by Hippiä. And again, the Finns defence stoutly, putting 100% in. I know they can win this if they give their all. That's what the message will have been from Stuart Baxter at half-time. And they've certainly taken that on board so far. Hippiä challenging with Bastian Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger gets into the box, but a solid challenge there by Tony Kallio. The man who got a man-of-the-match performance on his debut for Fulham, but here he gets a yellow card after a strong challenge on Bastian Schweinsteiger. Lucky for Kallio, as he did very well in the first place to make the challenge, but as Bastian Schweinsteiger came away with it, the second challenge was deemed to be illegal. Here, a very good challenge to prevent him getting into the box. It's Schweini, as he's known in Germany. Just about nicked it away from him. In comes the free kick, and it's gone all the way through again. No German head can get on the end of it, nor can a Finn. And it's gone all the way out for a goal kick to Finland. The Finns and fans are absolutely delighted. They're having a real party atmosphere here in the Helsinki Olympic Stadium. It's the largest stadium in the country, in fact, and mainly used for sports events and big concerts, as we discussed earlier. Here's Rolfes. He looks to play in Trochovski, but too much weight on the pass, and well, Trochovski never really looked like he was going to get on the end of that. And another goal kick to Finland. Chance for them to clear their lines, and well, it'd be extraordinary if they managed to get a 4th goal, that's for sure. They really have played well, the Finns, and they've got every right to be pleased with their performance so far. As it stands, they certainly don't deserve to lose the game, and if it stays as it is, it'll be a remarkable result for Stuart Baxter, as he looks to get his World Cup qualifying campaign off to a flyer. Trochovski battling for the ball now on the left-hand side. Here comes Lahm. Good touch to get him past the Finnish challenge. Up the line again by Rolfes towards Trochovski, but the Finns do superbly well on the right-hand side this time to get the ball away. And it's launched forward towards Johansson, but he's in an offside position, and the referee's assistant notices that. Free kick to Germany. Podolski. Now Trochovski. Trochovski started the game in the first half very, very well indeed. Looked very tricky, but since creating the goal for Miro Klose to make it 1-1, hasn't really done a lot. And Well, perhaps Jürgen Löw will be thinking of making some changes, but here comes a good cross from Clemens Fritz. Cleared by the Finns. German look to rebuild again from halfway. Taski now. There's Fritz. Running inside, looks for Hitzelsberger. Hitzelsberger will want to get the shot away, but can't quite get enough space to do so. Look to thread in Rolfes again, but the Finns break. He's played wide now, but a slip from Roman Eremenko. And the Germans, well, that gives them a bit of time to recuperate and recover. Finns again, but blocked this time by Philip Lahm. And Trzachovski and Lahm will look to build again from the left. Here's Trzachovski. Lahm on the ball now, had to stretch for that one, but manages to keep it in. Comes inside now, as he likes to do on his favoured right foot. Scored the first goal of the 2006 World Cup in Germany, of course. Here's Bastian Schweinsteiger coming into the box. Some good skills, but a strong challenge again by the Finnish defence. And Bastian Schweinsteiger yet again foiled on the right-hand side. So saying Philip Lahm with the first goal of the 2006 World Cup against Costa Rica. Cracking goal it was, and just a great example of how he likes to come inside from the left and get shots away. That one, on that particular occasion, flying into the top right-hand corner and really sparking a frenzy in Germany. Here is Lahm on the ball again. Now Westermann finds Taski. Pressure building on the Germans now to get a goal. Got around 25 minutes to do so. We may see some changes, as I said, from Jürgen Löw in this second half. Podolski hasn't really been effective up front tonight. The Germans will be hoping that changes soon, but not looking like it is. Hitzelsberger gets into the box and lays off Trzachovski. Couldn't quite get inside. The ball comes in again, but cleared by the big frame of Sami Hyypiä. The Germans come again. Here's Hitzelsberger. Plays it back to Trzachovski. Just about keeps it in, does he? And the ball cleared up the line by the Finns. Westermann into Rolfes. Philip Lahm now. Now it's Westermann. Taski. Bastian Schweinsteiger, superstar player for the Germans. Rolfes looks to feed him back in, and Schweinsteiger's back in, but the referee's whistle's gone. And it's a free kick to the Finns. It was Kallio who was fouled as Bastian Schweinsteiger ran through. It's a nice idea from the Germans. Rolfes looked to chip a little pass through, but it was Klose, in fact, who impeded the Fulham defender Tony Kallio tonight on his 41st appearance for the Finnish national team. And another German attack foiled. They have a free kick now inside their own half. And here comes the substitution. And it's going to be Mario Gomez who comes on. A lot of interest in him over the summer, although he didn't do wonders for his values over the summer. He didn't play well at Euro 2008 at all. Missed an absolute sitter in the quarter-final against Portugal, where he missed an open goal, which was almost on the line. He somehow managed to clip it onto the bar. But it's Thomas Hitzelsberger who makes way, and Germany bring on another striker. Mario Gomez making his 17th appearance, the 23-year-old tonight. Scored 6 goals in that time since his debut against Switzerland in 2007. Oh, that was a strong challenge there by two Finns, and it didn't look very pleasant. It's Klose who's gone down, the 2-goal hero so far for Germany, but even those goals haven't been enough to put the Finns to the sword, as they've scored 3, and it was Sjöland and Markus Heikkinen who went in strong on the German international striker. And the Germans have a free kick now. Klose comes away unscathed. And Schweinsteiger to cross it in. Here it comes. Good ball in. And well, it looked as though Westermann was jumping for it. In fact, it was Mario Gomez there in the centre, the number 18, but he couldn't rise quite high enough, and he looked like he got a bit of a bash in the face in the process as well for his troubles. And the ball again going away to safety. Yeah, he got in a bit of a tangle there with Petri Pasanen, and as though he head-butted his arm, but seems okay. He's up and running again. As I said, Mario Gomez really needs to prove his worth again. He had some great seasons with Stuttgart, and people really expecting him to hit the world stage with a bang, and there's been interest from Chelsea, although I'm not sure of many international players who Chelsea haven't been linked with, to be honest. Here comes Philipp Lahm. Good ball into the box, and well, Schweinsteiger was arriving, and it had to be nicked away by the Finnish defence. Here's Rolfes. Goes for the shot, and it's not a bad effort. You can see what he was trying to do there. The Leverkusen man, Simon Rolfes, with his left foot, looking to bend it into the top corner, the far side. Would have been a nice goal if it had worked. Looked as though Jussi Jääskeläinen was beaten. Let's see how close it was. Well, it wasn't far off at all in the end. And Jussi Jääskeläinen relieved to see that one fly past the upright. Jääskeläinen clears now from the goal kick. Up towards Jonathan Johansson. Now of Malmö. And Sweden. Schweinsteiger now. That's a Clemens Fritz. Now Enke, he doesn't have an awful lot to do in this second half, but for conceding a goal. Of course, the goal by Sherland. That was on 52 minutes, and 20 minutes have passed since then, and Germany haven't really had much to write home about. They've tried and tried again to break the Finnish defence down, but as you can see, the Finns back in numbers. Very difficult for the Germans to find an opening. It's played across field now. Closer looks to thread in Mario Gomez. Here's Trzachovski now on the left, but a solid challenge there. Really, really, really good challenge by Veli Lampi of FC Zurich. Lampi winning his 10th cap tonight, just 24 years of age. And a really good challenge. He's had a good game at left-back to contain Trzachovski. They identified the left-hand side as a threat area for the Germans with Trzachovski, Lahm and Podolski, but Veli Lampi has done a sterling job in keeping them at bay today. Here's Westermann. Coming forward for Germany. Now Trzachovski again. Plenty of Finnish players back behind the ball once more. Closer now, who seems to have dropped into a deeper position. Trzachovski, can he get the cross in? Gomez waiting in the centre, but cleared by Petri Pasanen. And again, the ball with Westermann at the back for Germany. They'll have to build again, this time the Finns with 11 men behind the ball. They really want to hold on to this lead, but they can't invite the Germans onto them too much, as the Germans are a quality team, and given half a chance, as Miroslav Klose showed, they'll take it. Schweinsteiger plays it into the centre, but cleared by Pasanen, only as far as Gomez. Gets the shot away, but it's deflected. It took the sting out of it, really, and an easy collection for the Bolton goalkeeper. Winning his 44th cap tonight for the national team, Jussi Jääskeläinen. Bit of a new style for Mario Gomez in recent times, a bit longer hair, but he's not quite reaching the heights he did of a couple of seasons ago as Stuttgart won the league and he was the top scorer in the Bundesliga. He didn't have such a happy campaign last year, and despite interest from abroad, he hasn't hit the form he would have liked. Played wide now, looking for Jonathan Johansson, but an easy clear up for Philipp Lahm and Robert Enke. And Clemens Fritz comes away with the ball now. Here's Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger finds Fritz again, who's overlapping from right back. Can he get the cross in? And another good challenge. The ball comes in, Germans get into the box again, and a good challenge from... it looked like Marcus Heikkinen back in there, yes it was. And Gomez again getting into the box, using his strength to his advantage, and he's won his German team a corner. Germany got good players in the box who can head the ball, Klose being one of them, Gomez, of course. Not to mention Westermann, the number 3, who's come up from the back. And the Finns now making a substitution. It's going to be Mika Värinön who goes off. PSC Heerenveen man, recent transfer, and he goes off to much applause from the Finnish contingent in the stands, which is most of this 40,000 crowd. And replacing him is Nazi Kuchi, who plays in Germany, in fact, for the Turnsportverein Koblenz. Koblenz to most people, as the ball's clipped in towards Mario Gomez, but he can't direct the header. It was under him a bit. He couldn't quite reach it, Mario Gomez, and it's high over the bar. So Finland breathe again. And the score remains Finland 3, Germany 2. And Jussi Jääskeläinen clears his lines once again, hoofing the ball deep into the German half. But not many Finnish players forward, and Germany again will come at the Finns from the back. They're going to have to build slowly, though. Here's Westermann. Now Lahm. Trachowski now. Can he create himself a little bit of space? He's got 2 players on him, and they managed to foil him. And Jonathan Johansson concedes the throw. Here's Rolfes. Rolfes again. Philip Lahm maybe taking things into his own hands soon. Maybe we'll see a few more runs inside and perhaps some shots from the Bayern Munich left back. I'm sure he would love to add to his 3 goals so far, on his 50th cap as well tonight. He scored that all-important goal against Turkey to send Germany into the final of Euro 2008. It was 2-2, of course, in that game. He scored the winner in the final minutes to finally put the Turks to rest after they themselves had scored many a last-minute goal to get them that far in the competition. Very proud they can be of their performance, but it was Lahm who put them to the sword in the end. And here he is again on the ball now, the number 16 for Germany. Podolski's dropped into a somewhat deeper role now that Mario Gomez has entered the fray. And more of a midfield role by the looks of it. Here comes Fritz forward, but a good challenge again. A really good challenge to collect the ball and come forward by Tony Kallio, the 30-year-old Fulham defender. And now they come forward. Sherlin makes the run into the centre. Can't quite keep hold of it. And some good defending this time. I said Artaski of Stuttgart. Here's Schweinsteiger. Plays it wide for Trachowski. Trachowski looks to feed in Philip Lahm again, but it's cut out by the Finns, and they're really doing well to defend against this German side. Not long to go now. Just over 12 minutes, according to our watch. Not sure there will be too much added time. And now, surely! And would you believe it, another outstandingly bad miss by Mario Gomez. Absolutely unbelievable. We talked about that miss at Euro 2008 when he came on as a substitute and missed an open goal as it was on the line. Klose headed the ball across, and somewhat unbelievably, Mario Gomez misses one of the easiest chances you will ever see at international level. Jürgi Löw can't believe it, nor can Andreas Kupka. And how about that? He flung himself at the ball, but he didn't connect, and it was cleared off the line by a flailing and diving Petri Pasanen. And the Werder Bremen defender foils the Stuttgart striker. And well, how much will Germany rue that miss in around 15 minutes' time when this game is over? Here's Trachowski. Played in towards Rolfes, but again the Finns clear. And really they can count themselves very lucky. It was a good chance for the Germans, a huge chance, one of the best you'll see. But Gomez unable to convert. And I have to use the old cliche, I think my granny could have put that one in. Tony Kallio. Now Tchaikovsky on the left. What will that do for the confidence of Mario Gomez? He's already had a lot of stick about the Euro 2008 miss. Now there's two almost identical ones, both on the line. Absolutely unbelievable. Looked as though Schürrle went in with his shoulder there, but nothing given by the referee. And Schweinsteiger's back on his feet in the centre. Well, the official attendance tonight almost filled the stadium. There's 37,150 fans in the Helsinki Olympic Stadium tonight. They've certainly made some noise, that's for sure. They've whistled, howled and cheered every decision by the referee, every chance, every goal for the Finns. And they've certainly got a lot to cheer about so far. The Finns lead 3-2. And they look to come forward again here, but Daniel Schürrle can't quite keep hold of it. And Clemens Fritz takes the throw. Rolfes knocks it wide now for Lahm, switching play to the left-hand side. And the slip there by Johansson lets Lahm into the centre. Rolfes now. Again, the ball switches play. And it's Fritz coming forward on the right-hand side. Schweinsteiger looking to get the cross in, but he's done so again, and it's a good ball in, and Pasanen had to deal with it. He didn't get a call. It's Gomez arriving again in the centre. No call from the goalkeeper who missed it, and Pasanen had to get the header away. Under 10 minutes of this game to go now. Here we see again the cross from Schweinsteiger. Really does put a good ball into the box. Well, the goalkeeper didn't really know where he was, and Pasanen, well, that could have gone anywhere by the looks of it. Two substitutions now for Germany. Clemens Fritz goes off, as does Simon Rolfes, and the Germans look to bring on another attacker in the form of Patrick Helmes, another Leverkusen striker signed from FC Cologne in the summer transfer window. Also coming on is Andreas Hinkel of Celtic in the Scottish League. He transferred from Sevilla for around €2 million. And here come Germany. They get into the box with Klose. Played across. Gomez, can he lay off Tchaikovsky? Big chance for Germany, but a good save. Surely the Germans get the ball in the net, and finally Germany. And it's a hat-trick for Miroslav Klose. Whether they deserve it or not remains to be disputed. The Finns absolutely distraught with the linesman's decision, but Miroslav Klose scores his 42nd, 42nd and 44th now goals for Germany. He's got a hat-trick, and what a way to answer his critics, but Germany had so many chances to get the ball in the net. There goes a chance for Gomez again, but in the end it was Miroslav Klose who lashed it home. Ball came in to Gomez, who unselfishly laid it off to Tchaikovsky. Forced a good save from Jääskeläinen, but it hit Pasanen in the face. Then came Gomez again, and eventually it was Miroslav Klose who gets the ball over the line and scores his hat-trick. And what a reply that was, but another chance at the other end! And it needed some really good goalkeeping, just as we came out of the replay there, from Robert Enke to deny the Finns. Huge chance there for Jonathan Johansson, and what a story that would have been. Unbelievable, really. You have to feel for the Finns. They played out of their skins, and well, who'd bet against the Germans scoring a winner here? And here they come forward again. They'll certainly be trying to do so. But what can the Finns muster up? They've played so well. They've been ahead 3 times, and 3 times the Germans have come back. And it's 3-3, and they're in here, but a foul there on Serdar Taski. The Finns are angry at the decision, but I think it was a fair one from our Hungarian referee, Viktor Kasai. Forward comes Tchaikovsky. Can Germany snatch a winner in these final 6 minutes or so? Here he is on the ball. Podolski now playing more of a central midfield role. Hinkel, formerly of Sevilla. It's left in the January transfer window after it became apparent he wouldn't dislodge Daniel Alves from the right-back position, and here comes Schürrle forward for Finland, but dealt with well by Westerman. And now Taski Jogi Löw screaming from the touchline, trying to sort out his German defence. And forward come the Germans again. Some good football. Podolski lays it off for Gomez, but he lashes the shot high, wide, and Hansen past Jussi Jääskeläinen's goal. And there's still time for either side to nick a winner here. It's been an up and down, topsy-turvy game. Finland taking the lead 3 times and the Germans 3 times coming back from it. Just proves their character. The Germans never give up, never give in. And that never say die attitude has got them back into this game once again. All thanks to Miroslav Klose. A hat-trick from him tonight. So much pressure on him before the game to score a goal, and what better way to reply than with 3 of them. Here's Taski. Westermann at the back now for Germany. Won't want to do anything silly. Taski again. Here comes Gomez. I think he needs to get on the score sheet following his abysmal miss, really. Maybe the Germans deserved a goal following that miss. But had he converted it, they may be ahead now. Here's Podolski battling for it in the centre. Makes himself some room. Can he get the shot away? Yes, he can, but he drags it wide of Jääskeläinen's left-hand post. And the chance goes begging. And time's running out now for the Germans to snatch the 3 points. But here's that chance again that came shortly after the German goal. Taski in a real mess with Robert Enke, a real lack of communication. And Johansson almost managed to convert. But luckily for Germany, Robert Enke was alert and showed why he's the #1 goalkeeper at the moment. As we said, none of the goals were really his fault. 2 of them were absolutely blasted at him, and he had no hope of getting them. Robert Enke, and he's showing there how quality he can be. Here's Schweinsteiger, the dummy. The Finns again playing very compact now, closing the Germans down at every opportunity, but well, Schweinsteiger did really well there to get forward, but he's been taken down, and the Germans have a free kick on the right-hand side. It'll be Schweinsteiger to take it, I'm sure, and try and whip it in. An outswinger, some good pace there, and a professional foul by Jonas Kolka, who's been quiet in this second half, it has to be said. Certainly since the 3rd Finnish goal by Daniel Sherland. Plenty of Finnish players in the box, keeping the offside trap. Ball comes in, and the header. Well, Mario Gomez was waiting in the centre. It was Westermann who got the header in the away in the end. Good ball in again from Schweinsteiger, as he has done all game. It's the header from Westermann. Really no direction on it, and Gomez awaiting in the centre. Would have felt that one was for him, but if he can't score from the line, I don't know how he expects to score from there. Here come the Germans again, down the right-hand side. A lot of the play's been stemming from there in this second half, not so much down the left. In the first half, it was a lot to do with Lahm and Trachowski, but they've quietened down in this second half, and a lot of the play has been through Schweinsteiger on the right. Good crosser of the ball, and plenty of vision and awareness, the Bayern Munich winger. And there's Gomez. Plays it wide for Trachowski. Wasn't the best of balls, he had to stretch for it. He's got Lahm in support. Lahm gets the cross in towards Gomez. It's back with Klose. Gomez! Well, the flag's up. Gomez is offside. And it's going to be a free kick to the Finns. Jääskeläinen lucky to get away with that one, but it did look as though Gomez had strayed into an offside position. A cross in looked like a nothing ball really from Lahm, but Gomez rose high to claim it. Knocked it back, but he was certainly in an offside position as the shot came back through from Miroslav Klose. Again to the 90th minute now. Can Germany snatch a win? They've come back 3 times. It will be really, really harsh on the Finns, who have played so well in front of their home fans. The ball comes into the centre. And again, surely not. It's cleared by the Finns. But they aren't dealing with it well, and Trochovski with the strike, but it's a poor one. Very poor effort from Piotr Trochovski of Hamburg. And he can't get off the mark in this game. Yet to score in a Germany shirt. He worked ever so hard actually last season. The fourth official indicating that we'll have 3 minutes of added time. Going back to Piotr Trochovski, the Hamburg man, just 24 years of age. Had a really good season last season with Hamburg. And since making his debut against Georgia in 2006, he has won 14 caps for his nation, but despite his hard work and good performances, he didn't really feature too heavily at Euro 2008, something he was very sad about, but he's professional and has said that he's going to do his best to make that left-hand side position his own. Certainly competition. Germany with bags of quality in their squad at the moment, but they haven't been able to overcome a good Finnish side this evening so far. As we move into extra time, the clock ticking down. And Germany's Euro, I beg your pardon, World Cup 2010 qualification campaign may take a minor slip up here in Finland. Here in the Olympic Stadium in Finland. The crowd getting behind the Finnish boys, hoping they can run the clock down. They may even cheer them on if they could get a winner now. That would be absolutely incredible for the Finns. But that pass a bit too long for Roman Eremenko from Heikkinen. And what can the Germans do? They've got 90 seconds or thereabouts to muster something up and gain the 3 points from this game. Bastian Schweinsteiger coming from deep, but it's a good block there from Scherland. Here's Westermann. Schweinsteiger plays it wide. That's a good 1-2 there by the Germans, but the Finns managed to get it away. And Westermann and Taski should clear up here. Lahm now. Last throw of the dice really now for the Germans. What can they pull out of the bag? They've already brought themselves back 3 times from being behind. 3 goals from Miroslav Klose. What a performance he's had tonight. Real poacher's goals, each one of them. Something he's so good at. As Lahm looks to get the ball into the box again, but it's cleared by the towering figure of Sami Hyypiä, the Liverpool defender. Here's Podolski. Can he get the shot away? He plays in Trochovski. Trochovski looks to get the ball back in. Surely Gomez, but no. Another miss. It was a more difficult chance than his previous one, that's for sure. But another good chance for Mario Gomez. A superb cross into the box by Piotr Trochovski. And Gomez was rising. There goes the final whistle. Really, really good performance by Finland. They'll be aggrieved that they haven't got the 3 points, but they played so well, and Stuart Baxter has every right to be proud of his team. Goals from Johansson, Varinen and Scherland to put Finland ahead 3 times weren't enough, as Klose scored a hat-trick to bring the Germans back 3 times. And it's Finland 3, Germany 3. Here we see the goals again. The first one by Jonathan Johansson on 32 minutes, but that was equalised just 6 minutes later by Miroslav Klose. The next goal, a real corker by Varinen, the right foot volley, which he smashed past Robert Enke on 43 minutes. That was just before half-time, but there was still time for a German equaliser as Germany went up the other end and Klose made it 2-2 just before the half-time whistle. But as we came out, just 7 minutes after the restart, a good goal by the Finns, well worked, set piece, and Daniel Scherland peeled away to make it 3-2, and that's the way it stayed for much of the game. Germany looked as though they may have to sacrifice all the points here in the Olympic Stadium, but it wasn't to be. In the 82nd minute, after a bit of a melee in the box, Klose stabbed home his 3rd and Germany's 3rd. And it's finished here at the Helsinki Olympic Stadium. I've been Andy James. It's been a pleasure watching this game. Goals and action galore. Thanks for joining us. And Germany's campaign takes a stutter. It's finished Finland 3, Germany 3.